Our next session is going to feature none other than our Chief Growth Hacker and Business Head at Netcore Solutions, Mr. Avdut Revankar, who is going to be walking us through some of the product experience hacks that help improve app user retention at scale. Without further ado, Avdut, the stage is all yours.
Sure. Thanks, Padil. And welcome to everyone, and pleasure to have all of you as a part of our audience. I'll just share my screen to get started. So yeah, like Pradyut said, we'll keep it very short and crisp, roughly about 12 minutes or so. And we'll talk about how do we make life easy for users, and creating a better product experience, keeping that very focused towards that. I'll get started right away. One of the big reasons that is important today is because it's important to understand what's today's customers' genome, right? Most of us today are impatient, always in a hurry. Time is more important than money at every point. So I think very clearly these are behavior trends we all are seeing amongst the millennials and amongst some of us as well. So I think that clearly being our customers genome. I think one of the clear asks is the fact that whenever a user is on a website, on an app, or in the store as well for that matter, he wants to get to the product or service as fast as possible. That's basically what he's looking at. And my point is brands should focus towards doing that, trying to make sure that they are helping users get to the right product or the service as fast as possible, be it on website, store, your app, or your communication channels. And this is what the next 10 minutes we'll talk on how brands could essentially help do that. uh, if you actually see, best of the brands are doing it right. Like Shobit spoke about Hotstar doing recommendations. Netflix is already doing recommendations because I watched Narcos. It's recommending me some other series of movies that I should watch. The other there are brands like Instagram, YouTube already guiding users inside their app as well, which is also another good way to help users get to exactly what they're looking at for. And some of the large brands again are kind of already doing it. It's just about understanding how they're doing it and making sure that you're able to replicate some of this, and we'll talk about how to really execute or do some of these for all of you at the event today. The first thing, very basic, and I'll skim through this slide, is tracking most of the details. And today I'm sure most of us track everything about a particular user like Ryan, be it what it's his entire clickstream data, what is he purchasing, what is he buying, his app install, uninstall, what product is he viewing. So one is of course tracking, but more important is I think utilizing a lot of that data, and which is what we are not seeing fully happen today when we talk to a lot of brands. There are a lot of data challenges which we come across, because of which we see underutilization of data that's getting tracked. So and which is where the point of utilizing is by making sure you're creating this one single view where you actually know everything about Ryan as a user. That when did he register, when did he make his first purchase. More importantly, Achint, Alicio spoke about customer lifetime value, knowing the customer lifetime value about the user. Tracking is real-time behavior. What did he view last? What did he buy in the last couple of days? What did he really do? What devices is he using? And so on and so forth. Once you have all of this at one place, I think that is exactly where your journey starts towards making the experience a lot more better. And there are two clear ways how that experience can be made better. One, by using AI and machine learning, and Raman, who's our AI engine, has been doing a lot of that, and we'll talk a little bit about it. But of course, AI and machine learning is something that assists or helps brands create a better experience. And second, of course, is human intelligence. Marketers and growth managers and product managers themselves using their own hypothesis to make sure that they are creating that personalized experience. And we'll talk about both these aspects today in the next 7-8 minutes. The first one being, how can machine learning really help improve this product experience. Like we spoke earlier, we track information about the user. It's equally important to also understand the products that you have very well. And this is a simple thing which humanly might not be so easy to do with 5,000, 10,000 products. Is basically using image recognition to actually understand what product is actually being what details about that product. So if you look at this product right now, machine is actually identifying the details of this product, whether it's a concealed zip, the fabric is polyester, there is it's woven or not, is there a lining to it, is it floral, is it a 3/4 sleeve, and so on and so forth, right? And a lot more information that we could manually get out of this. So one, getting to know more details about the product, I think machine learning very clearly can help help us kind of get that. And once that is done, and you have the clickstream information about the user, it makes it a lot more easier for you to match the best product to each individual user. And then define, saying that for this particular user, the probability of she buying this dress is 47%, as compared to for this user, it's possibly 32% in for this particular product. So knowing more about the users and knowing more about the product helps kind of stitch those together. And someone asked that question in the Q&A as well on how that's possible. This is exactly how you could make this possible. And today, a lot of e-commerce brands, while they do product recommendations, or OTT brands, while they do recommendations, I think it's all about accuracy. By using machine learning, you can essentially increase that accuracy roughly by 20, 25, 30%, be it for image recognition or for other aspects, which we'll talk about. But that's the first way in which, tying it back to my earlier point, by pointing out these 4 products for the person on the left, you're essentially saying, I will showcase these 4 products when this user comes on my site, which means I am helping him find the product a lot more faster, and that's exactly what you want to do. And of course, you can personalize it across the entire journey, right? From the home page to the listing page, to the display page, on the app, on the store, on channels. Of course, you kind of personalize it across all communication channels, all properties. One interesting part is this whole piece of creating a personalized landing page for every individual user, which again is something that we've seen elevating the experience a lot more than what normally would happen. And we've actually done this for a lot of brands like Hermo, Hipvan, Acute-Rove, H&M Mobiles, Zvame, and quite a few others, for whom we've created this personalized landing page for every individual user. And if you see here, this is the boutique that you see here, is actually that personalized landing page for every user. And we see this is essentially how it looks. So it's actually a listing page, but completely customized to you, bases your clickstream data, what you've added to cart, whatever you've searched, whatever you've purchased with the brand in the past. And we've seen amazing results with it. We've seen roughly 7% increase in revenue overall for that particular brand, not just because of this, but this being a part of the entire package, 50% increase in add to carts, and so on and so forth. And we've seen some amazing numbers for other brands as well. But I think creating this personalized page for every user really makes the shopping experience a lot more easier, right? It's like someone telling you when you enter a shop, tells you that these are 4 products, and you find those 4 products to be the right ones, what you're looking for. What else do you need as a user? So that's one of the aspects on upgrading experience. The second one followed by what Shobit spoke and few others spoke around. There are a lot of users also coming onto your website today on mobile, right? Almost 60% or 70% of the traffic today is from mobile devices. Here is where the same landing page on mobile could look a lot more like Instagram and give that feel to the user. So if you actually see, the users are able to actually like, dislike things. The view of the entire page is like Instagram. So they're very used to that UX UI, because almost half the world is on Instagram today. and they can just keep scrolling and they see products which they would possibly like. So you maintain the UX that Instagram has. You give like dislike features, you give share features, and which just gets them hooked onto your website or your app. And that's another thing we've really seen catch up a lot with e-commerce brands even in the US. So that's another upgrade to the experience you can create on your site. And like I said, it has helped a lot of brands like Hipvan. They've seen about 8.5% increase in their revenues. HNAM Mobiles, Qtrove, TTS. A lot of brands have seen more than 100 plus retail e-commerce brands have seen amazing results from this personalization engine. And that brings me to the second part. One aspect, of course, is about making sure you're displaying the right products. The other aspect is machine learning is also helping in terms of giving insights out of data that's lying in. I'm sure most of us sit on tons of data tracking MAUs, DAUs, revenue numbers, ARPU, and a lot of other metrics, right? What we are saying here is, and again, this is something that Raman does, where what Raman actually helps you understand why users would uninstall, or let's say why revenue has dropped on a particular day, and it actually helps you break down the reasons why someone would have uninstalled the app, and then you can use that insight to take right actions. So the product managers or the growth managers can focus on taking actions, while the machine learning or Raman kind of takes care of deriving insights of data that you pass on to the platform. And this is just a quick example of what are possible reasons Raman would tell when revenue has dropped on a particular day. It could be possibly your daily visitors going down, your dropouts between add to cart checkout increasing, your notification has underperformed, possibly because of lesser deliveries. Your Tuesdays generally sees a low revenue, so it's a seasonal thing, so don't worry so much about it, but possibly there is still a higher drop than what you normally see on Tuesdays. So those are insights that machine learning or AI can kind of give to make sure that you focus on actions, then digging out some of these insights by yourself. And that takes me to the next point of humans actually then using this insight, using this data to make the experience a lot more contextual and personalized. And I'll take the same example where in this case for an OTT platform, Raman actually helped identify that day zero users had higher retention when they went to a particular section in the app. And in this case, it was the bus section inside the app. So when the action taken by the product manager was the fact that ensuring that day zero users visit the bus section using a very subtle nudge, and this is very different than an in-app pop-up, right? That's a little more intrusive. A nudge is more subtle, and you'll see that in the video that I play here. Where the user very subtly gets nudged when he's actually browsing on the app, and you'll see that pop up right now, where the bus section has got highlighted for the user, knowing the insight that when a user goes to that section, the retention is a lot higher. And because of this insight, we actually saw a day one increase in retention by about 12%. So an intelligent insight given by Raman, action taken by the product manager using nudges, which led to an increase in retention by about 12% odd. And there are many such examples of how contextual nudges or walkthroughs could really make that difference. In this case, this was for Quick Ride, a ride hailing brand for whom we actually saw week one uninstalls reduced by about 2x by making sure that users who didn't find the ride in the first attempt actually enable a feature called as auto confirm, which was already a part of the platform, but was just not discoverable on the front screen. So if you see, this actually is guiding the user to go to a particular screen. It then asks the user to click on settings. You go inside settings, then you get to a particular section which says auto confirm rides, which is where it will highlight auto confirm rides. So the nudge is actually, or the walkthrough is actually walking with the user, and it then got the user to confirm auto confirm on their behalf, which is how these nudges or walkthroughs can be very impactful, humanly set up, and very easily set up without any app releases, without any code changes, and so on and so forth. The same way, from a feature adoption point, you would see in lot of cases, be it wallets, payment apps, banking apps, there are so many things that need to be shown, and there are so many products which need to be shown. In this case, for a gaming brand, we actually saw, we cross promoted a product. People were playing cricket contests during IPL and so on. We actually cross promoted football so that the stickiness on the app is higher, because if they adopt to more features, the stickiness is higher, and so is then the retention, which then led to, of course, more users playing football and then retaining longer, and not just during the IPL season. So that's how these contextual nudges can again create that personalized experience when the user is on the app. And these are different templates to it. You can do beacons, spotlights, tooltips, feedbacks, and walkthroughs, and some of it what we saw earlier in the examples. This does not just restrict to your app. It also can be easily done on the website, where, let's say, for an edutech brand, if the user is on the homepage, he sees a regular one which everyone sees. But when he goes to a particular section, which is, let's say, class 8 English, that's the section he visits, and he drops out from the website. Once he's dropped out, when the user returns back on the site, very simple things, can you make sure that the homepage is personalized for that user? And I don't see this happening today in a lot of websites that I visit. I think if we could just make sure that we use data that we have in an intelligent way to make sure you're personalizing that experience by telling him that class 8 English are live, do you want to book a free demo right now, and just put in your email address, and that homepage is personalized for that user. And this can be done for every individual user basis what page they visit. So very simple things. If a user is using an EMI calculator, of course he's looking for a loan. You don't have to then promote him mutual funds. You don't have to promote him other products. Your homepage, your communications, everything should just revolve around the loan for at least the next 30 odd days till the time that the user has purchased it from somewhere. So I think simple use cases in which humans can use data to make sure that they're able to create this personalized experience. And like I said, all of this with Netcore is largely no code and no app releases when it comes to app. So you're from idea to campaign, essentially it's nothing more than 15 to 20 minutes. All the nudges that you saw, they can be started and stopped at any point without any app releases, which is what gives the power to product managers and growth managers to do things themselves, to experiment things themselves, to elevate this experience without relying on developers, to make any of these changes. So completely no code, making it very easy for you to get started. Some of the brands have already seen tasted success from it, be it the likes of Redbus, Mobile Premier League, GradeUp, who've seen great results out of some of these examples that I just spoke about. Last couple of minutes, this is just a quick view of what our intelligent customer experience platform looks like, where there is the multi-channel marketing automation platform, which is your entire customer engagement suite, the product experience platform, which is essentially what we recently acquired, Hansel.io, and I'm sure most of you heard the news as well, which essentially brings the entire product experience piece on the platform, the omni-channel personalization engine, which is for website and other channels. But this is where you do product recommendations, dynamic personalization, some of the edutech and BFSI examples we spoke about. And of course, the customer data platform, which makes sure the slide we saw earlier, where Ryan's data is put together and made sure that you see that one single view, and which is where the entire intelligent customer experience platform helps you elevate the customer experience across all digital properties and in store as well. Just a quick view on brands who are using the platform today. Some of the largest ones across the globe who are using our platform, and the scale at which we function today. But largely that's it. I think Pradeep, that's it from my side. I'm happy to take in case there are any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Avdut. You've covered a lot of ground there, a lot of razor sharp insights provided on how website and mobile apps can actually improve product and user experiences. And a lot of that can be done with minimal manual intervention. So just one quick question that has actually come in is how easy is it to actually set up the personalized boutique page for a website?
So pretty easy actually, because the entire rendering of some of these widgets is completely handled by us. So setting it up is as simple as integrating our JavaScript on your website, which via Google Tag Manager, which takes nothing more than 15-20 minutes, and having your product catalog in place. The moment you have the product catalog in place, I think most of the other things can get taken care and shouldn't take anything more than 2 or 3 days to get that page set up.
Awesome. All right. So Avdut briefly talked about what Raman, our AI engine, is capable of doing. I wanted to give all of you a sneak peek into how, if you welcome Raman to your marketing or product team, what are the capabilities that he can actually equip you with? So let me just quickly show you what Raman is capable of for digital brands.
Raman has also identified a segment of users who are expected to purchase next month. He has also helped define the best time and channel for each user, which can be used in all future campaigns. Last but not least, he has also defined the right product and content to be personalized for each user across their website, mobile app, and communication channels. With Raman, Sam finds all the insights he needs easily to make better marketing and product decisions, faster delivering, hyper-personalized, and memorable customer experiences consistently. Sam seems pleased now. How about you? Raman, humanizing AI for marketers.